Hello and welcome back. This is Quizzical Jen, and I'm going to teach you how to make a minor edit to make something for teens from adults. Pardon. For an example, I'm going to take something that someone wanted me to do anyway. There was the cow neck object that I had fixed to be just a top, and they would like it for teens as well, so we're going to go find that. I'm going to select it, going to grab the cow, open it up, and there it is. Now we only need the base for the moment, so we're going to delete the rest. And here it is. Now, what we need to do, because teen girls have the same sort of arm, they have the same arms as the adult women, so we don't need to fix the arms at all. However, we do need to fix the neck. Because, let's see if I can frame overlay. Oh, it doesn't show it very well either, does it? To move on, we're going to hide our base for the moment, and we're going to zoom in. We're going to hide everything we don't need, which is pretty much everything except for the neck. I'm going to go above the bust, hide it, and go to the and go to the shoulders, and hide it too. Hide them as well. If this thing will work with me for more than a moment, criminy. And we're going to zoom in. And sometimes it's just faster to drag in. So just shift and click and pull it on in. There. Now we have a nice and up close view. Now we're going to unhide the cowl neck. And again, we're going to hide everything except for this time we're not going to hide, well, we're going to hide the arms. I'm sorry, I need to get my thoughts together. We're going to hide the arms, and we only need to hide them because the rest is easily doable without, well, hiding it. So we're going to hide the arms. Hide, hide, hide away. Do, do, do. There. Now then, as you can see, the body is a little off because we need it's still assigned to how the adult body is, and we need to fix that a little bit. So we're going to select this, and we're going to scale it. Now we only need it to go so far, so we're going to untick the Y because we don't need to do it up and down, and we're going to set it to 0.98. Because if it's lesser than 1, it will shrink. If it's greater than 1, it will grow. Yeah, great, now I've got the hiccups. Now we're going to just scale it a little bit. We don't need to do it by much, and that should actually do it. And as you can see, part of the stomach is peeking out. We don't need that, so we're going to take this part here. We're going to move it. We're going to untick Y again, and we're going to pull it out just a little bit. We're going to do it here too, so it looks more even, going down the stomach. And there, we have our main body done for the time being. And the rest up here, we're going to go up, going to zoom in. Now here's the tricky part. Because the teen bodies have a small bust, you have to pull the mesh in to look more like it would fit the teen body. And that, again, that can be rather tricky depending on how it's done. So we're going to select everything here, the entire bust, and we're going to hit the move. And we're going to just slowly, ever so slowly, push everything back in. And this can be rather tedious depending on what you're actually converting for teens. But so long as you get it to where it's sort of flat-ish looking, you will have it. So we're just going to keep pushing in and pushing in until we get it to the right shape. And we don't have to get it exact, since as you can see it's already pretty close on the bust. And we can leave it there. So huzzah! We have the bust finished. Now then, we need to fix the neck. With the rest of this done, we can just hide it. We don't need to fix it anymore. The main body is done. So we're going to move back up and go to the neck. And try to hide as much of this mesh, the outer mesh, as you can. Let's see. Well, let's see, that was too much of it. It can be a little tricky deciding how much to hide and how much not to hide. But you need just enough in sight so you can get the neck to snap together. And I'll explain what I mean by that in just a moment. Hide. Alright, this should be good enough. Now then, in the link below, in the description below, there will be a link. And if you look at, well, let's see, where is it? Ah, snap together. Now I have it set as Control N. I should probably, let's see. Now you're not going to automatically have it set to Control N, so let's see. Help. About, nope, window. Here, well, wait, let's see, show message, control panel. Oh dear. There we go. Edit shortcuts. Now then you're going to scroll all the way down till you get to these. And the ones you're going to worry about the most are these two. Now this is your snap together. And this is align normals in short. Well, it's not really align normals, but it pulls the same function. We will assign it as C, and then NDM is C, and VDM is N. Remember these. Okay. No, I haven't changed anything, so I don't need to restart. But once you have changed it, you will need to. Now then, I'm going to zoom in a little more. And as you can see, things are a little bigger than what they should be, or a little further away. That's because the adult neck isn't the same size as the teen neck. And when you make anything for teens, they must line up, otherwise you're going to have a nasty, ugly seam. So, I'm going to select some and hit the N key. And as you can see, they lined up. And we're going to do it again. N. And again. And again, and again, and again. See, it might show better on one of these over here. Wait a second. Alright, I have a surefire way to know. Yes, alright, it's going in the correct direction. I thought it wasn't doing it correctly for a moment. Because you don't want the teen mesh to go out toward the adult neck, you want it the other way around. And if it's doing that, the best thing to do is adjust the groups. You can either move it up or down. And that will assist in keeping it the way it should be. You've also got to be very careful, because if you're going by the wireframe map alone up here, you can sometimes grab another piece of mesh, like right here, and on the inside here. And if you try to snap them together, it, well, makes a mess. So, I'm going to do that. I'm going to grab my pillow, because the position I am in is very uncomfortable. And we're going to get back to work. Yeah, I'm probably going to need a speed up feature, but I'm going to snap together these few here. I'm going to zoom back in, just to show. In. 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 And as you can see, it works wonderfully, and Mom is printing something. And I will be back in a moment with the finished neck. Now then, our neck is completely finished. But if we look and see, we do need to just do one last thing, and that is adjust the chest area. So we're going to hide and unhide. Let's see here. To hide this again, because we no longer need the neck for adjustments, we can hide it. And now we are going, pardon that crack, that was my knuckle. We're going to unhide it again. Now we're going to re-hide the arms, just get rid of everything from sight so that it doesn't get in our way. Now we're going to zoom in a little bit, and we're going to deal with these, the remaining shoulders. Gotta make sure they're completely out of the way. Gotta make sure there isn't a single vertex that will get in your way, otherwise things will become a very big and smelly, sticky mess. But since we're here for a moment, I did not shrink this way, so we're going to shrink the upper body just a smidge. That'll do it. Perfect. You really don't need to do a whole lot to make it work. And now all that's left is to adjust the body. Let's see how far different is it? Not very different. So I'm going to select everything that is below this line. And you've got to be careful so that it doesn't get selected up here, because we need to adjust this area. Sometimes you'll have to adjust it, sometimes you won't, but in this case, we're going to do that here. We're going to hide the back. And now we can adjust in peace. Oops. Well, Well, I goofed. Well then, I guess we'll just have to do it the hard way. Select. Oops. Don't need those, we need these. Alright, now that's good enough. And now we're just going to have it sink in. Just a little. That's easier too much, so we're going to bring it back out. And we're going to select these again. And now we're going to move it in. Might need to zoom in a little bit there. You gotta do it slowly sometimes so that you don't goof up. There we go. Now then, we just need to do these. There. If it peeks through a little bit, that's your cue to stop. And that's it. That's all you have to do. So even if sometimes you can't get it to align because, like a derp, I hit everything. But it's important to hide things still. Anyway, that's pretty much all you have to do to make something for teens. Because then you can just export everything that you already have, the mesh and the textures and stuff, and you can just replaster it on, and that's it. Because all it is a minor mesh edit. I'm going to take a go look back at the poll and see what other tutorials I have to make. and the rest will follow shortly. If you need an elaboration on this next time, leave me a comment and I'll see what I can do. Till next time.